Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the No Laying Up podcast / the DraftKings preview show as well. Hopefully, you can take this in 2 ways. We are doing this live on our YouTube channel. Not live, of course it's edited. Or you might be listening in your car on our podcast feed. This is Solly here, joined by Big Randy.
It's great to be back, truly. I missed you guys.
You were in the woods for a while.
I was in the wilderness. Yeah, I went on some great hikes up the little hill there at Boyne Highlands, up on the top of the ski hill every morning. Great way.
TC is here as well. You hear his voice. You see him on camera.
Morning, Damon. Or afternoon, or wherever this is catching you.
It is Major Championship Week for the first time in over a year. PGA Championship at TPC Harding Park. What do you guys know? We were just at Harding Park last year. You know, it was a little colder than it's probably going to be this week. I know we were kind of, focused on making our own content while we were there, but what did you guys think of the golf course and how it relates to a PGA Championship?
First of all, that chill is no joke. Got right to the bone. I wanted to warn people about that this week, but hopefully they'll catch a little better weather.
Of course, you weren't able to script your outfit, or you did script your outfit. You weren't able to really layer it as much because you were kind of forced into a certain outfit.
Because it was so cold. Also, couldn't find any orange pants. The course is tremendous. Just a big, proper ballpark. I love the trees. TC, tons of cypress trees out there.
They're dying.
They're dying. They're
near
very
the
mature.
end of their
That's what, I know. That's what old trees do. They die, unfortunately. But
the cypresses die so the next cypresses can live.
Yeah. You guys were involved in the ultimate match of our tour, so fair to say you were probably more in tune with the actual golf course and how it was playing. So what do you think?
I loved it. I was blown away. I thought it was going to be kind of a nondescript bunch of long par fours, not a whole lot going on the greens, and it was the exact opposite of that. I thought it had a ton of variety. Obviously loved the trees, but the greens were really, really, really tricky and nuanced.
And subtle.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I think, our match kind of did profile what I think the golf course favors in a weird way. I think it is not, I don't know how well it's going to play for bombers. I don't want to necessarily come out and say it's a bomber's paradise because there's not a ton of fairway bunkers. Usually a bomber's paradise you refer to when guys can hit it over bunkers that guys that can't bomb it, those bunkers are right in play for. So that's not necessarily the case. However, there's not a lot to prevent guys from reaching for driver and absolutely wailing on it. From what I can tell, and I can't verify this, it looks like the fairways are narrower than when we played it, which when we were out there, I think they told us that was going to happen. And it certainly looked wide. It looked too wide for a PGA Championship or a major championship. So do I think it's going to be that similar to Bethpage? No, but I think there's going to be very good reason to favor guys that hit it very far because there's not much there. It's not like TPC Southwind we saw last week, which has a ton of hazards and things that prevent guys from reaching for driver.
And narrower corridors, taller trees.
The trees are tall, but the corridors are still pretty wide. I think.
I'm saying at Southwind.
At Southwind. Yeah. At Harding Park, it's going to be pretty wide. And, a golf course that has wide corridors that, isn't necessarily tight tree line is somewhere like Torrey Pines that, has favored Tiger Woods in the past. We can talk some about how this course sets up for him, but it wouldn't surprise you to hear, I guess, based on that our friends over at Golf Data, datagolf.com consider Torrey Pines to be one of the best, if not the best course comparison, a course that we see regularly on the PGA Tour, the best course comparison to Harding Park.
That makes sense. I'm really going to be curious how it shows on TV because I think I could see it being one of those courses that we had a great time there. And I think any course is, it's nice while you're there and you get so much more. I could see this as a course that doesn't show that well.
I think that's television. Why I had low expectations going in because it looked really like I was watching the same hole over and over and over again. It looked a lot like a Torrey Pines on TV.
Exactly.
Cool trees, but not a whole lot going on. But I thought there was so much more going on as far as the greens and everything than a Torrey Pines.
And this may not matter that much to people on TV, but the course had a lot of soul. I thought, I saw the words TPC in front of it and just thought it would be very cookie cutter and like a, resort style play. But it is like the local muni. It's got a ton of history. It was designed in 1925. It was an eyesore on the community as of even into the late 20th century, and it was renovated in 2005. 7,200 yards may not sound that long, but for a par 70 in the Northwest air, that's going to play plenty long.
Are you leaning into this thing that San Francisco is in the Northwest?
What would you say it is?
There's this whole debate going on about whether, Andy and Brennan have been talking about it, whether there's anything. They were saying Reno is in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, that's not true.
No, that's not true.
I don't think San Francisco's in the. I wouldn't consider it Northwest.
It's
out west.
That's a different kind of air than like Southern
It's
California.
definitely
though.
a different kind of air.
Yeah. So the ball's not going to carry.
There's like a bone chill.
Yes.
In there, and you're right there near the lake. The fog can come in off the ocean. The Carl the fog. Shout out to Sandy Tatum as well, who was the one that kind of spearheaded the whole renovation resurgence of this place.
Which it is vibrant. I mean, there's I don't know how many rounds a year. I want to say like 60,000 rounds a year or something. Was one of the big takeaways I had from when we were out there.
And I would say probably 6,000 of those 60,000 rounds, somebody gets their car broken into.
Listen, yeah, there's a little different side of TPC Harding Park that may not be the most glorious, but
no, I mean, I think that's the whole city, though, right?
So, TV schedule this week: ESPN Plus coverage on Thursday and Friday from 10 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern, and then ESPN coverage from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. So, primetime viewing for rounds 1 and 2, and through the weekend, of course. Saturday, ESPN Plus from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., ESPN from 1 to 4, CBS from 4 to 10, and then Sunday, ESPN Plus from 10 to 12, ESPN from 12 to 3 p.m., and CBS from 3 to 9 p.m. So going to be some evening golf on the East Coast, maybe some late nights.
Is CBS producing the ESPN stuff?
That's the way I understand it, yeah, similar to, yeah. Listen, I've heard some things about the commercials that are coming up this week. I don't think it's going to be great. I have not verified that, but... listen, nothing you can do about it. They've been, this is like the first year of this new deal with ESPN CBS for the PGA Championship, and they've promised wall-to-wall coverage, and I hope we get rewarded as viewers for that. I cannot confirm or deny what we're going to see. So, how much did the golf course kind of have to do with what you guys have selected? We're going to go through some picks here shortly, but any other factors that kind of go into to how you guys came about and where you landed?
I'd be lying if I said I got deep into how the course plays and how that affected my picks.
I mean, Randy, what are you relying on then?
Height.
I don't think
height.
You've been watching much golf the last couple of weeks either.
This is Glory's first shot, and so that's what I'm relying on. Who I think wants to go out there and really achieve some glory this week. I'm looking for who might it be a home game for? That's always, of course, very important as well. But no, in my mind, I think Torrey that's really interesting because I maybe subconsciously was kind of just thinking about it as that type of course. So just long and prodding and, going to take some really good iron play. Of course, you got to putt well. But I could see the big hitters, they can get offline, but I think just as importantly, they can hit the recovery shot that they'll have opportunities to recover. It's not going to be too penalizing.
So I think what happened at Bethpage last year was a long golf course that was thin and with thick rough. And I think a lot of people view, and we've talked about this, I know in the past, a lot of people view thick rough as being a neutralizer for bombers. But when golf courses are really narrow, even the short guys end up in the rough and they're trying to get on the greens with 5 irons and 6 irons. Whereas, Brooks Koepka at Bethpage was hitting 9 irons and wedges from the rough and able to hold the greens, whereas the guys from further back could not do it. So again, I'm just looking at flyovers on the website. I think we can see kind of a similar blueprint this week. I think it's probably not a secret as to who my pick to win is going to be here coming up here. But before we get to that, we're going to have a little fun with the Callaway portion of this show. We're going to do a little bet this week. There's no odds on it. All right, you get to choose between all of the Callaway staffers, all of them, anyone you want. And you don't have to put up any DraftKings points. We have this point system we're tracking all year long. If you're just listening to this on the podcast, go check out our DraftKings preview videos that we make every week on our YouTube channel, the No Laying Up YouTube channel. So we're going to just choose a Callaway staffer, and if you get it right, low Callaway staffer, you get 50 bonus points to your DraftKings. How about that?
Woo,
I'm feeling generous.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Again, no odds. You can go. So there's a couple different PGA pros that I wanted to give some shout outs to. Mike Alderson. He's a club professional from Milford, Ohio, at the Hickory Woods Golf Course.
Guys, can I say I grew up 10 minutes from Milford, and I've never heard of Hickory Woods Golf Course.
Really?
Yeah.
You were at the private country clubs. That's why.
Yeah, I guess.
He's the head pro at the first regulation-sized golf course he ever played. Describes his game as Stenson-esque. So I don't know if that changes your guys' predictions or anything on that. His strength is his ball striking. And then Alex Knoll, the club professional from Jim Thorpe, PA. Fun fact, he had no idea he was even remotely in the running to get in the event on points. He compares his game to Xander, again, maybe within reason. Extremely straight driver of the golf ball. And a fun fact, he has a Callaway Super Hybrid 17 degree in the bag this week. So I'm going to give a shout out to those guys. Who's your low Callaway staffer?
I'm going to go with Mickelson.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Gosh. I guess this is a free play. So I don't have him in any of my other plays. I'm going to go with Leash.
Okay.
And he damn near, or no, he won at Torrey earlier this year. So there we go.
That's a really good pick. Neil has gone with Eric Van Rooyen, which sneaky little pick there from Neil. DJ has sent in Xander Schauffele, and I am going to follow him with Xander Schauffele.
Shocking. DJ picks the favorite of the bunch.
I fell right into that one as well.
I'm disappointed we didn't get to hear Neil try to say Eric Van Rooyen's name.
I'm not even sure I did it right. So,
and I kind of just double clutched saying it.
I was tempted to pick Mike Wallace.
Who?
Callaway staffer.
Oh, you got it right.
Mike Wallace. I think he's going to have a good week.
I'm so used to chiming in with whenever somebody says Matt Wallace. I thought somebody was going to go with Matt Wallace.
That's one of the few bets I've cashed thus far.
What do we think of the cat this week? A lot of people are going to be intrigued by Tiger.
I'm potentially pre-bumping him.
I love that. The cold air, he's not going to be able to activate anything.
That's the only reason I agree, though. Otherwise, I'd say it's a good course fit for him.
I mean, yes.
It's a great course fit for him. Yeah.
I just don't think the 62-degree days with, the sweaters. The sweaters are going to be crispy. We know that. Okay?
For sure.
We know that. But yeah, I'm not racing to get a bet in on the cat.
And I feel like that's the one thing he's been very open and honest about is, he just can't get those glutes activated.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm also out on Cantlay. Because is Cantlay going to be able to get activated?
That's a good question. He didn't play great in Memphis this past week either. So, all right. So we're going to do our DraftKings picks, based on the odds. But if you were to pick, regardless of odds, if somebody, your life depended on it and you had to predict who is going to win this tournament, who's your pick? Which is different than who are you betting on, because odds kind of change the way you can go a certain way on this. Will it help if I give out the DJ's pick?
Yeah, please.
DJ has picked Bryson. We're going to check in with the boys, DJ and Neil, on the video portion. In the back half of this, they have sent us their DraftKings picks. We're going to play that on the back half.
DJ's ride or die with Bryson.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say it again. I'm following him right with it too. I think Bryson is going to win the tournament this week.
Wow.
Again, I think I watched those flyovers and I'm like, I see no reason not to hit driver there.
But doesn't that suit the rib and Brooks as well?
I would think so. Listen, I don't necessarily think he has that much advantage over them. I just think he's going to be closer to the green than those guys on every single hole, really.
Brooks looked like he flipped the switch. It's game time for Brooks. I'm worried about him. You know who I'm going to go with though? Colin Morikawa.
Okay.
You were talking about some hometown cooking.
Hometown, elegant ball striker, in form. I'll go with him.
Okay. TC?
Oh, God. I'm all over the place. I'm going with the rib.
Okay. Wow. I was worried that we weren't going to get to chat Rory today. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to. Are you also? I guess I won't spoil your picks later, but I'm curious if you're going to put your money where your mouth is with that one as well.
Can the rib close? Many people don't know. Can he close?
I don't know. He's been hibernating for a while.
I didn't see one shot of him from this past week. I didn't get to watch the first couple of days, but I honestly forgot he was playing Memphis.
I think he'll be just fine.
We also love to do this thing for majors. If you're new to listening to this show, it has to be within reason. All right. I would say, a top 10-ish player in the world, 15-ish, or top guys on the odd sheets, one of those guys. You have to pick a guy that is very much in the conversation to win as your pick to not win the tournament. It's the DJ Pye Memorial. First time we did this, he picked Patrick Reed to not win the Masters, and of course, Patrick Reed won the Masters.
I got like 6 guys I could pick. I love
that. Would be some balls. Let's see it.
Well, Ricky, of course, is my first and foremost. DJ is not going to win. I don't think Rory can close. I'm picking him not to win. He's got to show me he can. Rahm's not going to win. Adam Scott, too long a layoff. He's not going to win. That's what is that 5?
Adam Scott's like 70-1 to win this thing.
Well, he's a top 10 player.
I know.
And throw in Patrick Reed. He's definitely not going to win.
Brady's just.
Why
that's
don't
a
you put your
taunting
money
move.
where your mouth isn't and pick Ricky not to win?
He did.
Oh, you did?
Just
You
did.
said Ricky?
Ricky's my. You can
Always.
go ahead and
It's your foundational pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can count on that one. I
TC?
feel like that doesn't even count.
Yeah,
though.
that doesn't
So
even
I'm
get you
giving some
activated.
other ones.
That didn't even get you going.
God, I might pick the rib for this one too, man.
That's that I like. I like that.
I'm gonna go Bryson.
Wow. DJ has gone with Tony Finau. What do we think about that pick?
I think
Is that within the vein of the game?
I think so.
Just on the
Okay.
edge.
I mean, Finau's what? Finau is
It's a very safe.
Finau's
pick by
45 to
DJ.
1. I think anybody under 50 to 1 is in play here.
It's very safe. A little too safe, I think.
Yeah, that might have changed the way I would have answered it. My pick to not win, Webb Simpson. Don't think it's a great golf course fit. He's a top 5 player in the world. I don't want to see you shaking your head like that. That one definitely qualifies. Neil's pick to not win, Bryson. You're going to hear that later on in the show.
Neil and I are riding together.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are seeing there, but
I think he's a lunatic.
well, we know that. I think it's contributing to some good golf.
I think he's going to be triggered with the local politics in San Francisco, and it's just it's not his cup of tea out there.
That's interesting.
He's a Fresno guy.
Valley.
Valley.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of drivers, and we're going to we'll get to the picks. Are we ready to get into our official picks?
Yes, I
Yes.
can't.
Yeah,
I can't
I'm
wait, baby.
jonesing.
Who wants to go first?
Randy, go first. Lead us off.
Why don't you address last week first of all?
Yeah.
First of all, I was up in the woods, I just totally spaced. Did not mean to try to sneak an extra bet in. I saw those nationality plays. I got really jolly. I just kept putting them in. So I deeply, deeply apologize for that. I guess I didn't even bet my full 100 points, which
And now you're trying to claw it back.
well, I still think
What is your stance on this?
a point
bullshit.
not
Yeah.
a point not bet is a point.
No.
earned. I mean that's a point in my pocket.
No, then sometimes I would just, if I didn't like the board this week, I would bet 10 points and
I
I'd just
think
keep
that's
it.
savvy though.
Nah. The point is to bet 100 each week, but
I won't fight you there.
he's a habitual line stepper.
My Kent State Golden Flash Corey Connors though came through with a big top Canadian win, and guys, I've been hot on my matchup, so I felt good. I feel good about where I am headed into this week. Haven't played any parlays yet, so let's just get the big play out of the way. 50 points, half the points. We're doing a matchup parlay. Phil over Joaquin. Don't tell me I'm hurt, dog. That's minus 125, parlayed with Colin Morikawa over Hideki. That's also minus 125, bringing the total odds for that play to plus 224.
That's a putting matchup. Just a dream putting matchup
Exactly.
watching those two go head to head.
Yep. And then I have Phil in the top 20 after round 1. I love the form. When's the last time he's gone bogey free in the final round of a tournament? I was really impressed with how he finished in Memphis. I got 15 points on that at plus 400. I think that's good value. I have 10 points on Mr. Matt Fitzpatrick to miss the cut, plus 225. I don't trust him out west. I don't trust him on the POA.
That's a ballsy play. I feel like he doesn't
It's weird and
miss
personal.
cuts.
Yeah, not a good track record at Pebble. I just don't think he agrees with the Bay Area. Love the 72nd hole props. I'm going winner to not par the 72nd hole, and that's plus 130. I'm putting 15 points on that. Give me a birdie, give me a bogey, give me anything but par. And then my final one, I don't like to do this, but he is in form, and I think it's a serious possibility this week. I'm putting 10 points on Jason Day to win at plus 4,500.
TC, your reaction?
He's in form.
Totally in form.
Are you worried about, another guy?
He might not
Conditions?
get activated. Exactly. He's.
And he's played, this is his third week in a row playing?
I feel like he's played all the golf since the restart. He's playing well though.
It's a flyer.
It's
a
scary.
good-
Yeah, 45. At plus 4,500. I feel like it's. I'll throw 10 points on him. Former world number 1. I don't need to tell you guys.
TC, I don't know if we have enough time in the show remaining for whatever you've got cooked up.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through whatever the hell happened last week?
Well, you know what? We had a good week last week. The results didn't tell that story, but Sung Jae really boned us at the end there. Doubled 2 of his last 4 holes.
You and me both, brother. I needed him for top Asian.
Mav, that's not even a nationality. How's that?
It is on DraftKings.
It is on DraftKings.
It's a continent play. Mav didn't get it done last night. We had, Ruffles. It could have been a banner week for TC, but we're on to Cincinnati. I'm going the
You
rib.
somehow clawed some money out of your Heinz 57 bet.
Yeah,
We're not going to try to calculate
$26 out of that.
We verified it. He got
Is that audited?
Yeah.
I still lost money, but
Yeah.
but I only lost like $53 instead of $79.80 or whatever. We're gonna go with 5-unit play on the rib, top 5 plus 400. We're gonna go with Rom top 5 plus 400, Finale top 5 plus 900, and then a 5.2 unit play on Adam Scott top 10 at plus 700. I think he's a sleeping giant right now.
God, you just named like all the guys I picked not to win in the top
Well,
5.
I'd also like to say that JT. I want to say this was like 4 weeks ago, maybe. I said JT's a sleeping giant. He's on the verge of something. You're welcome, guys. I'll be here all week. And then
Bold.
We're going back. We're gonna do the Mega Blaster again. We're doing a Heinz. We're doing a bottle. Heinz 57. We're doing Berger over Simpson. Morikawa over Hideki, Finau over Honest Abe, Poston over Todd, Joaquin over Phil, and Sungjae over Scotty. As much as that pains me to do, again, I want redemption. I think Sungjae.
Scotty Scheffler, you mean?
Scotty Scheffler. So we're betting. This is one wager with 57 bets included in it. $1.40 or 1.4 units on each of those bets.
I literally, if you ask me to describe what TC just did, I don't know what he just did.
It's this whole part of a big scheme to confuse us all. And
It's 79.8 units wagered for an 875 unit payout.
He's kind of running this scheme. And then like in week 3, he's going to be like, oh, guys, I hit all of them. I won 28,000 DraftKings points.
They're all there. Everything's on the screen, folks. Like, just deal with it.
It's a big deception
and
pattern.
I'm pissed because Corn Ferry odds aren't out yet. I thought about throwing some money on Alex Albon. I think Alex Albon's going to get a podium this week.
Fluffer Albon, no way.
He can't qualify. He was so fast all week.
All right. I am putting my money where my mouth is for my pick to win. If my life depended on it, Bryson, 50 units at plus 1,500. I decided a long time ago that he was going to win this golf tournament. I am also very intrigued by the way Xander Schauffele is playing golf.
Sure.
I think this is a great golf course fit for him. I'm going 30 on him at plus 1,800. Bit of a long shot. Someone that's fallen down the board, guy that hits it long, has won a couple major championships. Granted, they're both at the same course. Not a guy we like to root for, but plus 120, plus 12,500. Bubba Watson. 10 units. He made a nice little run there on Sunday, threw up a bunch of birdies.
He's working with a life coach now, too.
I didn't know that. Now I wish I would have put even more points
Claude
on him.
Harmon, life coach. He said he's not his swing coach, he's his life coach.
Never had a lesson before. Never had a lesson is the I don't touch a club when I'm home. But I don't know. Got a weird fall. That plus 12,500, that's way too far for Bubba Watson to fall. Then I'm going to throw a couple nuggets on a couple straight forecasts. Basically, I'm boxing JT and Bryson straight forecasts. So we got a JT Bryson, and we got a Bryson JT. Each of those 5 units at plus 12,500.
That's the good stuff. Love the straight forecast.
They're not. They can't be good bets, but one of these times, one of these is going to hit. So
a little bit disappointed nobody mentioned Chez for like a top 20 bet.
I mean, Neil's been riding that hot hand with Chez. And, well, on that note, why don't we throw it out? The boys aren't here, but they have sent in their picks. If you're listening on the podcast and the audio is less than perfect, you can blame Neil and DJ for that. Mostly DJ for that one. Neil's is fine. But let's throw it to Neil first and then over to DJ.
The Short Hill Sharp is back, baby. Rocking his Skyline shirt in honor of the 3-way special that I put on y'all last week. Almost had a 4-way, add the onions, if the JT Xander bet hits. But I cashed on the parlay, the matchup parlay, cashed on Chez, and cashed on, God, I don't even know. How does he do it? I don't even know what I cashed on. But I cashed. The kid, you got a new leader, baby. New leader. Taking it to San Francisco to the home track, Harding Park. Played so many rounds out there. Feel really good about my bets this week. So let's kick it off here. We're going Xander Schauffele, top 5, plus 450. We like that. I'm going to put 20 nuggets on that. Got to stick with him. Ches Reavie, top 20, plus 350. We like those odds. I'm going to put 20 nuggets on that as well. Winner to birdie the 72nd hole. Tough 18th out there at Harding Park, but I think someone's going to stuff the pinata and go ahead and run one in to win it. Let's put 20 nuggets on that. Why not? It's house money right now. The odds there, plus 800. And then, listen, a Bay Area guy, Max Homa, why not? Huh? Top 10, Max, plus 1,100 to top 10. So we're going to put 20 nuggets on that. Now, regardless of odds, but I'm also going to bet on him with my last 20 nuggets. I think Rory's going to win this week. Won the match play here back in, 2016, 2017, 2015. I don't know when the match play was there, but I was there and he balled out. Rory loves this track. I think he's plus 1,500 are the odds, so 20 nuggets on that. So Rory's my pick this week, and who's not going to win? Well, Bryson DeChambeau is definitely not winning this week. You heard it here first. The Czar is hot. The short hill's sharp. No longer the far hills fuckboy. That's it, folks. We're out of here.
Guys, family vacation this week, so I'll be brief. Was I a little spooked by what we saw by Bryson last week? Yes, I was, but I'm already kind of pot committed, saying that I think maybe change the future of golf. So I feel like I do need to pick him to win on this golf course to back that up. So we got that going. We're going to do a straight forecast, Bryson and JT to finish 1-2. Obviously good stuff from JT last week. After that, I think Xander finishing in the top 10 is probably a no-brainer. He's been playing quietly really well. We're going to be following what Max does anyways, so we might as well throw 20 on him to finish in the top 20. And then we're going to have a parlay to finish things out. Tony Finau over Honest Abe. Pains me to do that for multiple reasons, but I think that one feels pretty good. We're also going to go Brooks over Tiger. Pains me to do that, but that feels pretty good as well after what we saw from Brooks last week. We're going to go Tommy Fleetwood over Dustin. Who the fuck knows what we're going to get from Dustin Johnson this week after a couple of rounds in the 80s and a WD. And then we're going to go Paul Casey over Ian Poulter. Paul Casey always kind of, he's a good pick to kind of be one of those top 20, but never really totally relevant guys in a major. And that's how we're going to round it out. I'm thrilled that there's a major this week. I'm thrilled to have some mega important golf to watch. And if you excuse me, we're going to go get ready for that now. Everybody thinks I'm going to fall in, but I'm not going to fall in. It's not going to happen.
Any other final shouts before we're going to throw it here? If you're listening on the podcast, Curtis Strange interview is coming up shortly. If you're watching on YouTube, head over to the podcast feed and check out the back half of this episode, which includes an interview with Curtis Strange. He'll be on the call this week. So
I'll ask you guys.
Sure.
Low Club Pro.
I got to go back to my cheat sheet here. I'm going with the guy with the super hybrid. The super hybrid. Alex Knoll is my low club pro. Who you got?
I'm taking Mark from Milford.
It was Mike.
Mike. His friends call him Mark.
I'm taking Marty Jertson. Jertson.
You're not? Is Omar Uresti not in the field this year?
He's not.
I feel like Marty haunts these PGAs, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't even know how he's considered a club pro. I think he's he's an equipment rep.
This week, programming note for us, we are going to be doing live shows as coverage wraps each night. We're going to take that audio. A lot of people have been asking us to take the audio and throw that up on our podcast feed. We're going to do that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We figure with the West Coast start, because people will have an opportunity to catch up on stuff in the morning and whatnot. So Randy, we got to, I know you got your favorite golf place to watch golf is from the beach, but it's going to be nighttime, so you're going to have to probably watch some golf.
If there's a full moon, though, the beach might be active.
That's true.
I got to check the lunar calendar.
You know what the biggest insult is? There's a club pro on here, Rob Labritz, plus 5,000. And he has better odds than Jim Herman.
Oh, God.
Sean McKeel, Ken Tanigawa, the senior tour menace. That's just disrespectful.
They do throw in a couple at the end. They're like, you especially get the lowest odds, which I love that. So Special thanks to, of course, the DraftKings Sportsbook. If you are looking to get involved with the DraftKings Sportsbook, listen, we've talked about this every chance we get. They brought their expertise to legal sports betting, the DK Sportsbook, legitimate book here, based right here in the U.S. Rest assured, your funds are totally secure. TC could have sent Freddie to college with how much money he's invested in some of these janky websites. It's the top-rated sportsbook app, safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. They got some NBA promotions coming up this week of August 3rd. And for golf, you get a 30% profit boost for every round. For if you place a pre-round single market bet, if it hits, your odds are boosted by 30%. That's free money. We didn't tell you that going
So
into it.
that's like betting on one
Yeah,
round.
we're not giving you that opportunity to go figure all that out.
I try to find all this value.
Yeah, you missed
in
it.
the
That's
couch
on
cushions.
you. That's on you. It's offered on a per-day basis. Users are eligible to take advantage of this offer once per round. And again, new users get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. If you head to the app right now, check out what they have to offer. Player props, live betting, so much more. If the sportsbook is not available in your state yet, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app. They're offering a shot at a share of over $1 million every day this week. So download the top-rated sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code NLU when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Randy, how much was that?
$1,000.
That is right. DraftKings Sportsbook sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Enter code NLU when you sign up. Only the DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. With that, we are going to turn it over here to Curtis Strange on the podcast feed. Gentlemen, thank you so much. And let's enjoy Major Championship Golf. It's time.
I'm enjoying Major Championship Golf and Faroe Islands soccer. I've been looking into the wagering on that stuff.
Faroe
too.
Islands. Did not know they had pro soccer. That's
Yeah.
the coolest place I've ever been, by the way.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
I'm going to try to get Glory's first shot to stick.
I like that. Let's roll with that.
Okay.
That wraps up the preview for the Glory's first shot. Now, here's Curtis Strange.